Welcome back to the final part of the programme and the drama that is Mini GP 70. Now these were the points after round 7. Jake Clark pretty much had it all tied up from Bihal, Alexander and Pinson there in 4th place. But Pinson's won both races so far and put himself into contention. Now it's still in Jake Clark's hands, but we'll see from the grid positions he's got it all to do because Pinson is on pole, Clark is on P7. Now Clark has to finish second. If he finishes second, there is nothing Elliot Pinson can do. If Pinson takes the win, and Clark finishes second, Clark wins the title, but the best he's managed today in the first 2 races, a 5th in race 1 and 3rd in race 2. So he's got to come from P7 to finish second. If he does that, it doesn't matter what Elliot Pinson does. Pinson can win the race, but if Clark finishes second, it's all over for Pinson. Clark still wins the title. Clark through to 6th, but Pinson has got the whole shot. Jake, fantastic drama here at the final round.
Absolutely, 25 points for the win, 20 for second, of course. So Pinson looking good for 25, but Jake Clark in 6th position is only looking at 10 points at the moment. So he's got to work harder, he's got to fight through the field, and that's exactly what he's doing. Cameron Hall using a Mini GP 50 bike in this race today due to a crash in his GP 70 bike earlier on, but the stewards have said no problem at all with that, Cameron. You go right ahead. It's a final round of the season, so let's have a great race. And Jake Clark, I think that's him making a challenge for 5th position now. There's the confirmation. Clark has to be second to get this championship won if Pinson takes the victory. So it is so close. And how about this man, Elliot Pinson, who came into this round, the nearly man, 4th position in the standings he came in, and now he could win the whole thing.
29 points behind coming into the round. These are the standings now. These points will update live as the race progresses. So these are the actual points based on the positions of the riders on the track at the moment. And as you can see, Pinson out front has the championship lead. Now Clark needs second to be sure, or 3rd place if Addy Bihal can do him a favour and take the lead. But there's Clark down in 5th. Doesn't look like he's going to be winning. He's going to be struggling to get up there into 3rd even. But you never know. Addy Bihal may chuck one up the inside of Pinson, take him off. Anything can happen in this race. Absolute drama coming in. You wouldn't have believed that Pinson could take this championship win though, Jake, from 4th, would you? The bookmakers would probably have given you at least 50 to 1 on his chances coming in, but here he is out front and he's got the championship in his pocket as things stand.
6 wins so far this season, including the 2 today. Don't forget Elliot Pinson. He has been absolutely on fire here at Llandow. Jake Clark has 4 wins, but he's been more consistent over the course of the season. That's why he still leads the championship coming into this point. But Pinson has been absolutely almighty in this final round of the championship. He's scored 50 out of 50 so far in terms of the points available. If you could put another 25 on the board, it's going to be really tough for Jake Clark to overhaul him. But of course, if neither of those guys finish, there's still an open door for both Addy Bihal and Tom Alexander. They could just get the job done. So there is absolutely everything to play for. That's Bihal! Bihal's gone! There goes his chances in the championship.
Well, that's got to hand Elliot Pinson the best opportunity to win the title. And Jake Clark, well, he'll see Addy Bihal's gone down. That does not help Jake Clark. Clark will know I needed you to overtake him, not fall off the bike, and that has hurt Jake Clark's chances, and it now means Pinson's got no pressure out front. He can back off. Before then, Pinson had to stay on it all the way, not least because if he had a look over his shoulder, he'd have seen Bihal right behind him, but the others were so far back, he couldn't be sure that Clark was 3rd, so he wouldn't have known. And now that, well, I'm not sure yet, he's probably getting a signal as he goes past the start line that Bihal's fallen off. So Clark needs 2nd place to win the championship, but that surely is not going to happen.
Well, Franco Bourne's now having a good scrap with the other man in the equation. That is Tom Alexander, who has the opportunity here to move up into the top 3 in the riders' standings here. He's got an opportunity now. If he can get past Franco Bourne and get a few more places up, he can get 3rd in the points. Of course, if the other 2 go, then it could be Alexander who gets the title won. But this man The one you just saw go through the picture, Jake Clark, is catching second and third place men, Bourne and Alexander. He could get up into second position if he keeps this run going. This man, Elliot Pinson, just needs to do what he does best. Keep that perfect bandwagon rolling. Jake Clark, there he is, fourth position, trying to close down the two men fighting for second position. Fifth place, that is the 28 of Felix Hearn. As we continue on, look at the standings now, just 6 points in it. Pinson in front of Clark, but still, this battle continues on, and Alexander has got through into second position. Now that levels Alexander with Bihal in the points table, but on countback, Alexander would get third in the championship. So at the moment, he's done enough to be there in third place, but Pinson is riding perfectly out in front. He could make it a perfect 75, and if it ends like this, he'll be the champion.
Look at the lead he had on board the drone there as he went past the drone down the Spitfire straight. Massive lead. He's into the last lap, coming down to the final corner. For the final time, somebody call the police, the FBI, the CIA and MI6, because Elliot Pinson has just stolen the championship from Jake Clark of the Death.
Absolutely fantastic ride from Pinson. 3 wins out of 3. That makes him the champion. Alexander hangs on for second and third overall in the points in front of Franco Bourne. Hearn has come through, and there is Clark. So Jake Clark, unfortunately, he came in as the leader in the points table. Now he drops back. Clark and Bihal are 4th and 5th, but that means that Pinson will win the title by 6 points to Jake Clark, with Alexander tied with Bihal. How did he do that? Elliot Pinson from 4th to 1st in the championship. What a star.
Elliot, you've had a great middle to end of the season. You've come into this round behind in the championship, but you've come out of the round in front, winning the championship. You must be absolutely delighted about that. Tell us a little bit about what's changed from the middle of the season to the end of the season for you.
Well, to be honest, I don't really know. I just got used to the bike more, and focused on that more than, because at the start of the season I was doing the mini motos as well. And I'm just amazed how I managed to come from 4th coming in and 1st coming out, 29 points behind and now 6 in front.
Yes, fantastic end to the season for you. A lot of people behind the scenes help you out, obviously. Who do you want to thank?
Well, I'd like to thank my mum, my dad, all my family, who I wouldn't be here without. Sarah from Mini Moto Racing for getting me an extra 10 points at the start of the season after I came off. Adam Cook and the Scott Redding Young Riders Academy for getting me started. And that's about it, really.
Congratulations to Elliot Pinson. How he won that title, I will never know. Came into the round 29 points behind, came out in front. Amazing stuff. Just time to bring you highlights from the Pit Bike Open and Pit Bike 140 race. Looks like the 12 bike there, though there's no 12 bike on the sheet. So I'm assuming that's Sean Whittaker. Failed to get away at the start. This one will be a battle between Charlie Nesbitt and Max Cook, two of the big rising stars in motorcycle racing. You're going to be seeing a lot of them in BSB and beyond in the years to come. In the early running, it was Nesbitt from Cook and TJ Toms in third, but it would all come down to this. Charlie Nesbitt crashing out for the 3rd time this season whilst leading a race. Did it at Lyd, then Wilton Mill, and now here at Llandow. He also crashed out here at Llandow at round 1, I seem to remember, when running in 5th place right at the front of the field. But it was Max Cook in this one that would come home for a very comfortable victory. He would be chased home by TJ Toms. Charlie would get the bike going again to finish 3rd. So that's Max taking the win. TJ coming through on the 6 bike in 2nd, Charlie Nesbitt 3rd, and in the Pit Bike 140 race, through the final turn, just in the background, it will be Michael Pay that came through to pinch it. I caught up with both of the winners after the race. Mike, great win for you in the Pit Bike 140 today. Just talk us through your race.
I was a little bit tentative off the line. I'd made a rookie error on cold tyres in the first race this morning on the sighting lap. So I didn't want to throw it up the road again on cold tyres. It took me a little while to get into it. Once I did, I managed to get a bit of luck through a couple of the back markers. But it was still quite a big gap up to one of the Pettit boys. But I just chipped away and just got my head down. About 6 laps from the end, I got close enough to think, hang on, I might be able to catch him. And then the lap times just kept coming to me, and it came down right down to the last corner, last lap, and a pass on the brakes. So I was quite happy to end the weekend like that.
Max, great win for you today, but I want you to talk a little bit about your season. You've had wins elsewhere, haven't you? Talk about them.
Yeah, well, I come into the season just for a bit of training with the other championship, with the Aprilia Super Teens. Just come in for a bit of training, have a laugh with fire of the season, no pressure. And I've won a couple races, but today I've something's clicked, and I've had a good battle with Spud and TJ. So yeah, it's been awesome.
And tell us a little bit about what else has been going on in your career this season. You've got some news, haven't you?
Yeah, so I've won the Aprilia Super Teens Championship with Thundersport, and I'm the second youngest, just 10 days difference with Fraser Rogers. But I won it with broke the lap record by 2.5 seconds at Donington as well. So yeah, it was a great season with that.
Max there taking the win today from TJ Toms and Charlie Nesbitt, 3 names you will be seeing in professional motorcycle racing in the future. That's all for this season. To find out more about the championship, check out the website. We'll look forward to bringing you more next year.